Hi, welcome. In this video, we are going to see the conjugation of the verb to have. The verb to have holds significant importance in the English language. Mastering it is essential if you want to be able to communicate in English fluently. It can greatly enhance the English skills of any learner and increase their speaking confidence, no matter their level. So, you are in luck and have come to the right place because you are going to learn all about it. The verb to have is an irregular verb with four forms: have, has, having, and had. Have is the base form, also called the infinitive. This verb can function as a main verb. For example, I have a new car. It can function as an auxiliary verb. For example, I have been studying, and as a semi-modal verb. For example, have to. We will go over them later in the video because there is much to discuss. This video will be a bit long, but it will be worth it. In this video, we'll focus on the present tense, so we'll go over the simple present and the function of the verb to have as a semi-modal verb within the simple present. In the next video, we'll look at the present continuous, the present perfect, and the present perfect continuous. And in subsequent videos, we'll look at the past tense and then the future tense. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Okay, well, to start, let's go over the conjugation of the verb to have in the present tense. I have, you have, he has, she has, it has, we have, you have, and they have. Okay, now that we've covered the conjugation of the verb to have, let's delve a bit deeper and see some examples in sentences. We are going to start with the simple present tense. And the first thing we need to know is, what does the verb to have mean? Well, the main meaning is to express ownership or possession. It's basically indicating that something belongs to someone. Let's see some examples as a main verb indicating ownership. I have a dog. You have a cat. He has a bicycle. As you can see, we are using has instead of have in this sentence. Let me explain a little bit about has, so if you are not familiar with it, you can understand it and know when to use it. Okay, so has is basically another form of the verb to have, and we use it when the subject of the sentence is a third-person singular noun or pronoun, like he, she, it, or a singular thing. For example, it has new tires. Got it? Good. Let's continue. She has two cats. It has new tires. We have a dog. You have a cat. Okay, let's stop here for a little bit and go over the you in our first example and you in this last example, so we can help those who are not familiar with it to understand the difference between them. See, in English, we use you for both singular, just one person or thing, and plural, more than one person or thing. But how do we know when it is referring to one person or multiple people? Well, to know that, we have to pay attention to the context of the conversation or sentence, since this is what determines whether it refers to one person or multiple. For example, if we say, "You are a very good student," we are referring to one person. But if we say, "You are very good students," we are referring to more than one person. In both cases, we are using you. The only differences are the letter A between are and very in the first example, and the letter S at the end of the word student in our second example. Sometimes we feel the need to clarify the plural. In this case, we can use you guys, all of you, or you all. All these phrases are commonly used to make the plural explicit. Let's go over some examples to see how to use them. How are you? Singular. How are you guys? Plural. You need to finish your homework before dinner. Singular. All of you need to finish your homework before dinner. Plural. You need to go to the meeting. Singular. You all need to go to the meeting. Plural. Got it? Great. Now that you're aware that the word you can refer to both singular and plural forms, let's move on to our final example in this conjugation list. They have a dog. Okay, that was easy, right? Good. Let's continue. The verb to have can also be used to describe activities or experiences. Let's see some examples. I have a shower in the morning. You have a shower at night. He has a party every weekend. She has her orange juice every morning. It has a hard time in the snow. We have a good time at the park. You have dinner together every night. They have a great time on vacation. Okay, good. Let's keep going. There is something quite fascinating about the verb to have, as it can serve as a substitute for both drink and eat. This indicates that you can use the word have when referring to eat or when referring to drink. Let's see some examples. I have breakfast at 8 every morning, instead of I eat breakfast at 8 every morning. You have tea every morning, instead of you drink tea every morning. He has coffee every morning, instead of he drinks coffee every morning. She has eggs for breakfast, instead of she eats eggs for breakfast. It has milk every day, instead of it drinks milk every day. Now, even though this sentence is grammatically correct, in the everyday standard English is not used this way. Instead, it can be used this way. The cat has milk every day, instead of the cat drinks milk every day. Now, keep in mind that when we refer to pets, we use he or she instead of it, as it sounds more natural in everyday conversation. So, it would be she or he has milk every day, instead of she or he drinks milk every day. Okay? Good. Let's keep going. We have coffee every morning, instead of we drink coffee every morning. You have fruit at lunch, instead of you eat fruit at lunch. They have dinner at 6, instead of they eat dinner at 6. Got it? Great. Let's continue. Now, we are going to see the conjugation of the verb to have in the simple present tense in the negative form. And for this, we are using the auxiliary verb do or does and the adverb not. To create the negative form of the verb to have, we use do not have or its contraction don't have for I, we, you, and they, and we use does not have or its contraction doesn't have for he, she, and it. Let's see some examples. I don't have a car. You do not have time. He doesn't have keys. She doesn't have a jacket. It does not have gas. As you might notice, in the case of he, she, and it, we didn't use has. This is because when we are forming a negative sentence with the auxiliary verb does, we must use the base form of the main verb. In this case, have. Doesn't is a combination of does and not, and it already carries the third person singular form. So it will be incorrect if we say, she doesn't has a jacket. The correct way is, she doesn't have a jacket, or she does not have a jacket. Got it? Good. Let's continue. We don't have a reservation. You don't have tickets. They don't have school tomorrow. And there you go. That wasn't hard, was it? Well, now we are going to go over the conjugation of the verb to have in the simple present tense question form. To form a question with the verb to have in the simple present tense, we are going to use the auxiliary verbs do or does at the beginning of the sentence, followed by the subject and the base form have. And we place the question mark at the very end of the question. Here are some examples. Do I have to go? Do you have to go? Does he have a brother? Does she have a sister? Does it have a dent? Do we have a meeting tomorrow? Do you have a car? Do they have a dog? Good. And that concludes our first part. Okay, so now we are going to go over the verb to have, acting as a semi-modal verb. The modal verb of to have is have to or has to, which express necessity or obligation, similar to the word must. Although the verb to have is not a modal verb, have to and has to act as a semi-modal verb. Unlike have, used as a main verb to show possession, the have to in the modal structure is always followed by another verb. The structure is subject plus has to or have to plus base verb. Let's see the full conjugation first, and then we'll go over some examples. I have to. You have to. He has to. She has to. It has to. We have to. You have to. And they have to. Okay, now let's see some examples. I have to go. You have to finish your homework. He has to wait. She has to study for her test. It has to go to the mechanic. We have to go to the store. You have to stop jumping on the bed. Or, you guys have to stop jumping on the bed. They have to finish the project before Friday. Got it? Good. Now, let's see some examples of the negative form of the semi-modal have to. To create the negative form, we use do not have to, or its contraction, don't have to, for I, we, you, and they. And we use does not have to, or its contraction, doesn't have to, for he, she, and it. Here are the examples. I don't have to go. You do not have to go. He doesn't have to do it. She does not have to do it. It doesn't have to be washed. We don't have to go on the trip. You guys don't have to go with us. They don't have to cancel their tickets. All right, excellent. Now, let's delve into some examples that incorporate the question form of the semi-modal have to. So, questions with have to ask about obligation or necessity, and they are formed using do or does as the auxiliary verb. Here are some examples. Do I have to go with you? Do you have to go to the meeting? Does he have to work tomorrow? Does she have to go to school? Does it have to break now? Do we have to send this today? Do you guys have to get up early tomorrow? Do they have to take the bus? All right, and with this, we finished with the semi-modal verb have to. Great, and that concludes this video. I hope it has been helpful in your English learning. Remember to like and share it so others can also benefit from the information in this video. See you in the next one.